Well, hello again. So, if you're following along in the videos day by day, I've been a little sick, so I wasn't recording because my throat was hurting. Still not feeling great, but here we go. Back at it, driving yet again, getting ready for the day. So, continuing in Matthew 5, Matthew 5:6, Jesus says, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be satisfied." And just this whole idea of hunger and thirst, first of all, especially in the context that Jesus is speaking to these people, they would know hunger and they would know a desire to quench their thirst. And even tying it back to the Israelites wandering in the desert and being satisfied physically by God through manna and his provision of water. So there's a lot of tie-in to the Jewish people there of their understanding this and God's provision. But then, it's this hunger and thirst for righteousness, which again carries its own sort of godliness to it, that if you are hungry and thirsting after that which is right and which is of God and his purity and his purposes, then you will be satisfied. So then, is that a physical satisfaction? Is that a spiritual satisfaction? Is that a satisfaction in knowing that we are pleasing our Father? I tend to think it's more that last one of, again, it's not like we're going to be given everything we want just because we're seeking after things that he desires for us, but we will know that we are pleasing him, and we will know that we are giving him proper honor and glory. So if we are seeking after the right things, now again, you could go, well, what is righteousness? That's a very good question. And again, I think it's anything that is honoring God, anything that is giving him glory, anything that is praising him and doing his will. So then now you have to ask, well, what is God's will? And it is to do right. It is to do the things that honor his creation, honor his people, within the context of God's holiness and his purity and his justice, which those are all categories of difficulty, and we can't parse them down in the context of this conversation here today. But knowing that if we are hungry and thirsty for God and his righteousness to be seen and shown and displayed through us as his lights shining brightly for him, then he will give us the things that we need, whether that's courage or boldness or the words we need. Again, not so much accolades or acclaim or fame, but that we would be satisfied with him and what he's doing in us, and not seeking after the things that don't satisfy. So, as I'm trying to think of this in the context of just daily life, how am I just honoring God in the little things that I do? How am I honoring God with how I speak to other people and treat other people? How am I honoring God with the love that I give to others? Is that a hunger and thirst for righteousness that I have every day, that I exude every day? So, something to think about. Thanks for joining me again. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care.